David England, owner of Eye on the Market Training Academy. It's been a pleasure to work with Jason and his wife, electrical detectives.
So what factors made you choose electrical detectives to assist you with your projects that you had?
Factors. Well, I just wanted to do it once and wanted to do it right. And just from watching from afar, I could tell electrical detectives were professional, whether they took care of their details. So I wanted to give them a shot.
What were your perceptions about working with an electrician before we started?
Well, before we got to electrical detectives, I had a house building business and dealt with many electricians. So it didn't take long to find out what I didn't want to deal with because so many were unprofessional.
How has that perception changed now since you hired us?
Oh, as far as the perception, I think the perception is even more positive with the professionality, the feedback, the marketing, and these kinds of things. I've got some projects that I'm looking at, some expansion projects. So I can do one or two things. I can try and cut corners and have Uncle Harry do it, but if I do, we have to redo it 2 or 3 times. So in the long run, I'm not saving any money. So I'd much rather do it once, do it right, and do it with electrical detectives because I know the T's will be crossed, the I's will be dotted, and most important, when I'm gone, I don't have to worry about it. It is definitely an investment, a great return on investment working with electrical detectives.
What did you like most about working with electrical detectives?
What did I like most? We knew what the costs were going into it, so there were no surprises. So many times I work with contractors, it's just a big surprise, and it's a big game, but T's were crossed, I's were dotted. We saw exactly what it was going to cost before we got into it. As a matter of fact, by the time they got finished, it was even less than what they estimated, so that was a plus in their part.
Did you have any objections or hesitations before you decided to hire us? If so, what were they, and how did we overcome your hesitation or objection?
The only hesitation I had was going to be the cost, but once we got into it and broke it down to see what the true costs were, case in point, the whole house protection system. It was an expensive investment. We got both levels protected, but with all the appliances that we have, with the home businesses that we have, with all the computers, really it was a no-brainer. And I would highly recommend considering whole house protection for surge and these kinds of things, especially with the electrical grid that we have in Southern Illinois, and the surges on and off, those things can just tear up appliances right and left. I looked at the cost and thought, well, that's too expensive, but after I really looked at it in comparison to what the appliances were I'd have to replace, it was a bargain. We will get top dollar for our home. When people take a look at our electrical box, they see the details on it, and they also see the protection that we have reinvested back in our house with the whole house system. That alone I will make money on, so that's one of the best investments you can have.
What are the 3 biggest benefits of working with electrical detectives or using our company?
Well, if I'm not there, and my wife and son are, I don't have to worry because I know the professionality of the people that's coming. Number 2, I know what my costs are going to be well before we even start. And number 3, if there's going to be problems after it happens, Jason will be there, his crew will be there to make whatever needs to be tweaking right. So that's peace of mind right there. So there's your 3.
If you were to recommend electrical detectives to a colleague, friend, or business associate, how would you describe the way that we provided service to you?
Honest and highest integrity, and they knew what they were talking about, and they back up what they sold. So I highly recommend electrical detectives. Give them a shot. You'd be glad you did.
Electrical detectives for the safety of your family. Surge protection and certified electricians. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. It's our business to know.